Jack Daniels, and you're watching CCP Podcasting.
What is happening, friends of CCP Podcasting? Welcome to Beyond the Bell Live. I am Chris Page. It is a Tuesday night here in Florida, and it wouldn't be a day that ends with a Y if there's not some wrestling attached in it in some form or fashion, especially if your name's Chris Page. It's going to be fantastic to sit down and have all of you here with us tonight. Before we get started and we get our guest in today, November the 22nd, been harping. CCP Podcasting Chapter 1, Genesis. It's going to be a thing. We're going to be down in Castleberry, Florida. Tickets are on sale now. You head on over to CCP_podcasting on Instagram. The link is right there for you to go get your tickets, because it's going to be a night that you cannot and will not want to miss, because there are some fun surprises that are along the way. And it's going to be a very interesting night, to say the very, very least. Now, let's get into why we're here today. My guest coming back to Beyond the Bell, except this time we're live. We're not pre-taped. You can see him down at the House of Champions every month, and you can also see him across Florida. And fun fact, if you didn't know, you'll be able to see him on the 22nd at Genesis as well. Our guest coming back to Beyond the Bell, ladies and gentlemen, GMJ. What's going on, man? How are you?
Yo, what's up, Chris? How are you?
I'm living the dream, brother. How are you doing?
Living the dream as well. I can't complain. I woke up this morning. I got to come to work. I got to beat up some kids today. So, yeah, I'm living.
Man, it's good to have you back. We had a very, very fun conversation with you the first time around. I think we were your first podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was.
And a lot has happened since then. Like, obviously the HOC is thriving, which we'll talk about here, obviously, throughout the course of the show. Lots of different things happening. You just said you're beating up kids, but we're not beating up kids that way, guys. So we'll start there, because, we were going to start somewhere else, but since we're talking about beating up people and kids are in the equation, I figure we should probably start with the kids camp, because, brother, that's blown up since the last time you and I have chatted, and this thing is turning into something really, really special. What has gone on, and what can you tell us about the evolution of the kids camp at the HOC?
Yeah, so we actually, last time we talked, I was telling you how we just started the camp in December, right? So that December camp, which is crazy that in December it'll be a year since we started our kids program. But that first camp went to our second camp, which was spring, and then we did like 8 long weeks in summer because it was so successful. And then we decided to do an after school program for kids. So we have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We just added 2 more classes to it. But we started out with Wednesday and Friday. And then we ended up getting so many people signed up, because we do 15 kids a class, that we ended up having to add more time. So then we added Monday and Thursday. And then people kept asking for a later time, because some people get out of school later. Then we ended up adding 5:30 time. So now I have about 2 on Monday. I have 2 classes on Monday. I have 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, 2 on Friday, and then 2 on Saturday. So it went from just doing this once a week to being a coach here at House of Champions and pretty much being here almost 4 times.
Well, so you have a podcasting schedule now, huh? That's what that sounds like to me, brother. What started on this side of the equation as a Monday, Thursday, maybe a Saturday thing is now 7 days a week, if not, multiple shows a day, man. It's good to see, though, because, it tells me a couple of things. First of all, it tells me that these kids are having a fantastic time and are are obviously coming back. But it also is telling us that they're out there telling their friends how good of a time they're having and what's going on there. And then, of course, you being at kind of the focal point of kids camp, man, it's gotta be a surreal feeling because you just said it a second ago, brother. You're 10 months deep in it, and it has already grown and come this far. Imagine what's going to happen in the next 12 months.
We have 40. I just signed up our 40th kid on Monday. So I have 40 kids. Our goal is 100 by the end of this school year. And mind you, like we're a month and a half into this school year,
Yeah,
and I'm already at half. So now I'm like starting to partner with schools, do teach-ins. We got a trunk or treat that's coming up next week on Friday at one of our kid member schools. So we're gonna, try to get connected with, the schools and the communities as well. So like it's not just what, our kids is what, all kids, like whether you can, come and do this or not. Like we want to connect with you. That's like what the HOC is all about, and that's kind of like what I'm all about.
it's truly part of the infectious nature of what makes the HFC so special, in my opinion. Call me crazy. I watch a lot of wrestling. I see a lot of different things, and actually, I was talking to Mikey Spandex yesterday on a Beyond the Bell yesterday afternoon, and something we were talking about was just the environments in general from back in my day to where it's at now, and the locker rooms that I have been honored and privileged enough to be in and be a part of over the last couple of years especially the last year since our platform really took off. But it's great to see. It's almost turned into its own little outreach program, if you will.
Yeah, I agree with that. We like locker rooms in general. Like I can say I haven't been in a locker room that you probably have experienced like back then. I've only ever been in like good locker rooms where you can walk up to someone and just be like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" And they're very kind, very nice to me. Or I can go to the promoter and ask a question without feeling like like scared to go up to this person. But like even here, like we at the HOC, we try to take care of everybody, right? Whether you're new to our shows or whether someone that did our show a year ago, like we want to make you a part of the family. We want you to feel welcome, and that goes for like anyone that walks in here, not just if you're a wrestler, a referee, a ring announcer. If you're just a fan, like we want you to be a part of our family.
Well, yeah, I can 1,000% agree with that. And guys, if you can hear that in the background, no, that's not children being thrown around and slammed on. That's they're doing some training at the House of Champions tonight. Let me go over to chat real quick before we go any further. UK Paul says, welcome back to CCP Podcasting. Mr. Rip says, hello, how is it going? Harry's wife is saying hello. And you've got Primetime up in Canada saying, what's happening, brother? So international flavor, per usual, here on the show tonight. So GMJ is down in Orlando, Florida, guys, if you're just now joining us, and is at the House of Champions. And fun fact, will be a part of our show in November, which we'll get to here in just a little bit. But before I do get there, and I do love the fact that the kids camp is really catching on, and now that you're pretty much employed there right now, full time to a degree as a coach. From our first conversation and knowing what you had to battle to get to where you're at right now, and to see how you're thriving, it is so great to see, because it really does epitomize that good things happen to good people. But it also tells you that this is what can happen if you don't give up on yourself. And for those, like, I will link our first conversation with GMJ down in the video description below if you're watching over on YouTube. I strongly encourage you to go and check it out, because his road was not paved with gold. He there were some struggles, and there was a lot of things that he did to get to where he's at now, which is just makes this that much sweeter for me to be able to sit back and say, damn, dude, because you deserve it and you've earned it. And now I know where you're going, and I know the places that you're going. I'm not gonna say I know. I have a good idea, and your head's in the right place. Your heart's in the right place. You're doing the right things, and this is stuff that happens you reap those rewards. And the kids camp, I know it's near and dear to you, and I'm glad that we had a chance to talk about it. Something that was near and dear to me, and I can only imagine it was as near and dear, probably more near and dear to you. I want to take a few minutes and I want to talk about the WWE ID Showcase Show that was at the House of Champions. So, fun fact, I'll peel the curtain back. I got a text message from, when the camera's not on, he's a good friend. When the camera's on, he's a son of a bitch. And if you know, you know. I got a message. I got a message from someone that we know. And I'm not going to drop names because I don't want anybody to get in trouble. Because I don't think he was.
You don't need to. I know exactly. I know exactly who.
I don't think I was supposed to get a message that said, "Hey, watch this show tonight," because I had no intentions of streaming it. I was going to watch it because it was at the HOC, and I was actually going to try and go to it, to be fair, but I had something pop up at the very last minute on my side here, and I was not going to get there in time. But I turn it on and I stream it because I want to get a couple of reaction shots. What I did not expect, and I can't remember if you came out before or after said individual, but I posted a reaction to you walking out. Because, brother, I wasn't expecting it, number one. And I lost my shit. And I think I said something to the effect of, if there ain't one person who deserves this opportunity, GMJ deserves this opportunity. I want to talk about how it felt to be selected, because what people may or may not know is, like, there's a seminar that was attached to this. And nothing's guaranteed. You had to be picked for the opportunity to get in there, I would imagine. I know that others were. I could only imagine it was the same. So to get this shot and get this opportunity for you, I want to know how that felt for you and what it meant, because I'm not you, but when you walk through that curtain, I don't think that I wasn't expecting it. But when I saw it, I internally, after my reaction, I was just like, yes, because you're on radars. And that is what fucking matters. And it puts you in a spot, excuse my language, sorry. But that's what matters, bro. How did you feel when you're told this happens? Let's talk about it.
Honestly, I forget that reaction happened, because I remember right after that I got a notification saying I got tagged in by you, so I looked at it, and honestly I was like, that's crazy. No one has ever like reacted to me like someone, for you, that, do live stuff, do podcasts, always try to connect with all wrestlers, but to actually see the excitement in that, I have never seen that. Like, I could see it live with, my students and their family. So I just gotta say, I do appreciate that, because that was like, man, that's the feeling every wrestler wants, right? And sometimes that don't come until like way later on. But yeah, that day was a day. We had the seminar. And I have to say, I got to give a lot of credit to Jamie Stanley, actually, because his opponent, I believe, got injured over the weekend. So he needed an opponent. And, of course, I did the seminar or whatever. And I believe it was like, hey, who's someone you wanna work? And he was like, me. And I was like, and that's how I got on the show. One of the ways I got on the show, because like, if they didn't see anything, like, of course it probably would be like, yeah, no. But he, of course, here at the HOC, like, they see a lot in all of us, and to get that opportunity to face him as well was like great in itself, because like, we're so comfortable with each other. Like, we train together, we have worked actual shows together, so to be on a platform like that with the name behind them as well, felt great. To the point where like I came out and on one side, it's like some of my kids, that I train. And it's not like a lot that's normally at our shows. No, it's like four of them, with a mom or a dad. So when I came out, and if you go back, you actually see me go, oh, because that music hit, and it would take that. And it was real subtle at first, because I'm like, okay, people they don't know me. Some of these guys don't know me. Like the people that know me, it's like maybe 10, just maybe. And I go out and the place loses their mind. And I looked this way and I was like, I don't even know majority of you guys none of you guys over here. The guys over there, I'm like, I don't know anybody. I'm like, this small little group of people, like, I know you. Like, I know you guys are about to cheer. So also in that moment, I was like, oh, this is great. Because now I know not only are, I'm reaching people, through what we do here at the HOC, for like our shows and things like that. But that's something that keeps me going, right? Because I like watch the product. Right? I keep up with WWE. I watch it, and every time I'm down, where I'm like, man, is this something that is still in my future? I'm pretty sure every wrestler has gone through this of like just feeling down about being stuck. But every time I'm like, I feel like I'm stuck, I turn on WWE, and the last time I did it, it was the last time I was at least down or felt some type of way. It was when Punk returned, and I just remember I'm like, oh, this is what I want, right? So I feel like it's not on a bigger scale, but when I came out, I was like, this is what I want. This is great. This is the reaction I want from people, right? We want people to cheer for us. We want people to boo for us. But really, we want people to know us, as professional wrestlers, and some people as like actual human beings as well. So like that whole day was just like crazy, because I also didn't know if I was going to be on the show or not, right? And then I kept everyone updated on Instagram. Right? I was just like, don't know if I'm gonna be on it. I don't know. And then I remember taking a picture. I was like, I'm in my gear. And that's when the crazy part is, that's when like people stop commenting under my stories. So I'm like, I don't know how many people actually seen that.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's also another thing. So then when everyone really found out, they were like, what? Like even my boy was like, you did what? And I was like,
I'm just saying, man, I lost my mind. I didn't see it coming. It was one of those genuine moments for me. And as someone I guess I would have to say I am kind of a streamer, is what you would consider it. As a reaction guy, like there are a handful in the 2 years that we've been doing this that I will remember, like 1000%. It'll stay with me as a person. That's one of them. That, for those who follow our channel, they know that I have a big admiration for a guy named TK Cooper over in the UK. I think he's tremendous. I think as a singles or a tag, guy's fantastic. I genuinely got shocked and surprised. I put that reaction with you walking out, just with what I said, because it was from the heart, because I meant it. It was like, this guy, I think you deserved it. I think you deserve that. There's a lot, the work that you've put in, the work that you continue to put in. Yeah, this was a big moment, and I was very genuinely happy to see it happen for you. And I know that there's going to be more moments, and just in general, 2025. There's already been other moments. Didn't you do the Big Atomic show Was you a part of the Battle Royale or something there?
Yeah, I was a part of that Battle Royale.
Another moment. This was it's an arena show.
And that one was actually crazy though, because like I was getting people like calling my name, like, and I was like, who do I like? It's just insane, like going to shows and working some of these shows, and I guess like I don't realize like who I reach through social media or from our shows here at the Hawk, because you really look at it, like I really work more of our shows, and every now and then I go out and I do shows over the weekend and things like that. Like my whole November is like packed with shows every weekend, but it's super rare that I do it. But another one, we were talking about Atomic, but I did extra work for WWE when they were here at SmackDown, and I remember we were walking in. It was me, Kakoa, and Jamie, and some people were like, "Oh, we know these guys. We watch you guys watch your shows," and we're just like we get baffled by it. Like we're like, "Wait, you guys watch our shows? Like this is a great thing, great feeling. Like people are starting to know, one, like if they didn't know who we are, like they're starting to know who we are."
No, and it couldn't be a bigger thing, man. I think that it's tremendous to see, and it's it just seems like things are getting bigger and bigger and bigger for you as you're continuing to progress and continuing to move forward. I mean, again, the year's not over with yet. In December, HOC is having their first PLE outside of the Hawk. This is another thing that's a first, and it's a pretty big deal, man. And I don't know what the card looks like. I can imagine, like I've fantasy booked it a little bit here and a little bit there, right? Because I mean, I watch all the stuff and I can deduce that we're gonna see Slade Porter and fucking Street God hooking it up just based off of what we've seen over the last couple of weeks or the last couple of months there. Which, side note, I sent Keiko a text message after I watched that show back and saw that reveal, and I was like, fucking loved it, dude. Fucking loved it. And he responded, and he was like, I had to stretch it out because you called it. That's what he said. And I was like, I didn't mean to call it like that, dude. I just said there was one thing that I couldn't shake when he was in the ring in that tag match with oh God, Vi and Sam Kincaid. And Kincaid had that moment. He was like, I got something to tell you, and fucking Street God stepped in and stopped it. That was the only thing I had to go on. That was it. I was like, I can't make nothing else logically make sense to me, but there's a lot. But
you would be surprised how many times people like some of our kids actually. We have this one kid. His name's Jackson. He goes by the Heartbreaker though.
Mm-hmm.
He predicts our shows so well that I have to try not to give him a reaction because I need him to react. Like, I don't know how many times he was like, Coach, this is what's going to happen during a match. Telling it detail by detail. And I'm like, there's no way you're 10 years old and you're guessing what might happen. Who's going to turn on who? What's going to happen? Is Matthew Ennis going to hit me with a chain multiple times in this match? It's no way. And
of course he is, because he's a punk. Sorry,
we hate Matthew Ennis.
We do. We do. Matthew Ennis can kick fucking rocks, man.
Anyone that likes Matthew Ennis, I don't think we can be friends.
No, we're going to get there in just a second. But before we do, getting the opportunity to do something with the HOC outside of the HOC, for you, I mean, you're one of the day oneers there as far as from talent to come in and train to being featured on the monthly shows. Because here's something else too, like the HOC, if I'm not mistaken, like just started doing shows like not even a year ago. Like you're
So
coming up on a year, or maybe have just passed a year.
Yeah, so we just passed a year. Actually, we're at a year. We're over a year, I believe. But we were just talking about this yesterday of like how our shows used to run. Like we used to put out shows together, like by ourselves, because they want us to know every side of the business. It's not just the wrestling side of it. So it's the production, it's the storytelling, it's the someone take the pen to the book, right? So we were just talking about how like we were so stressed out for the first two shows that we were like, Kako was like, "Do you guys want me to, put a show together for you guys?" And we're like, "Yeah, let's see how it's done." And it gets to the point where I remember we all came back, and he's just like, "So, do you guys want to continue to do your shows, or do you want me to do it?" And we're all like, we had enough already. Like we're good. We don't need this." But like, yeah, we always like try to pitch ideas. Like same thing. Like we here, at least for me, like I try to make everything make sense. Like every little thing. Whether it was like we're in October right now, we have a show tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaming with Kid Kuda. Right? The last time you seen me and Kid Kuda in the ring, like I attacked him, right? So I think about when I was a heel. So I think about every little possible like scenario of like, well, why would you trust me? Fully trust me at least. And the last time you were in the ring with me, I attacked you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I'm like, well, maybe we need a little bit of like maybe like a small trust issue thing, in the beginning of the match, until I can like show him that I'm a changed man, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think about stuff like that. Sometimes not too many people think about like that, but fans are smart. Fans will literally see things and go, wait, did they ever have a match like after he attacked him? Or wait, that happened earlier this year and like what the right? So I try to think about every scenario and I always go and be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Just speaking out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because like you always want to bring like small stuff like that, right? No one probably remembers that, right? But some people may remember that.
Yeah, no, I think that is smart. Continuity is key, and everything that goes along with it is key. There has been some things that have changed along the way, and scenarios change things completely. And in this case is where we can thank Kids Camp, because I think I was there one of the nights at one of the student shows and it was something I said privately to, I think, a couple people on our channel behind the scenes. I was like, man, GMJ is supposed to be a heel. I'm supposed to boo this guy. All these kids just freaking are going nuts for him in this promo where he's supposed to be being booed, and I don't know if I can boo him at this point.
I can see it so many different ways. So, for example, like I don't tell my kids, my students, like I don't tell them what's going to happen, who's going to win. I don't tell them how to react to things. So you will never say, hey, I'm a heel today, so boo me. That's not me. I need your real reaction, right? So that's their real reaction. They see coach, right?
Right.
But then you got also another side of me where I am just speaking the truth back then.
Mm-hmm.
I said this before. It's not like I'm saying anything that's wrong. Right? And something that I'm thinking about now, and I've been thinking about it since like SmackDown or whatever. I had a chance to talk with a Tyson Kidd or TJ Wilson with with Coca-Cola, and he was like, everybody is a good person. Sorry, I need to phrase this right. Everyone is a good person in their story, right?
Mm-hmm.
For my story back then, like I was the good guy.
Yeah.
Eddie was the bad guy. Like I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm putting in the work. He's champ now. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, like that's like for me. I'm not saying anything wrong. I'm not bashing anybody. Like this makes me a heel because I'm coming after your champ, your babyface champ.
Mm-hmm.
But like nothing I'm saying is wrong. And then people started to think about it and go, "Wait, you're right."
Well, that's what made me a great heel, man. Like you can, as long as you believe what you're saying, you can convince anybody to believe what you're saying. You know, like that was something that I was bestilled in me way back in the day. In like 99, one of the first series of classes that we were dealing with. Yeah. If you believe it, other people will believe it. So, but at the end of the day, too, you were just being honest. And that's where
Yeah.
that's the beautiful thing about being a really good heel. All you have to do is tell the truth. You just have to point out the truths within the baby faces, like the ones that nobody wants to see or acknowledge. You know, it's such a great game of cat and mouse, but you know, you have flipped that switch. You're no longer the GMJ who was getting booed when I first started watching HOC television. You're now a revered fan favorite, and it even worked your way into a championship opportunity against fucking Matthew Ennis, the little shit. I was there, and you mentioned it earlier. You brought up the chain, and something that I made sure to point out when he was boasting and bragging about a successful retention of his championship was to point out that, you know, again, here you are with a chain clocking the dude from behind to get the job done, but then you also had a little extra assistance from someone else, you know, big boy Patty, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
Let's talk about it, because
Let's talk
I feel
about
like
it.
there's a lot happening here. I feel like that you have a claim for a rematch, number one. But I feel like that perhaps maybe Big Boy Patty, and I've talked to Patty about this. I've had conversations with him. I think that he got a little, maybe a little jealous. That you
Not surprised.
that you were in that opportunity, and it wasn't him, and stuck his nose where maybe it didn't belong. Um. So from your side of the equation, first of all, let's address the elephant in the room with Ennis first, and then let's talk about this Patty involvement, because I feel like maybe that there's some paybacks that need to be coming.
Yeah. So I mean, we all know. I've said this before. Matthew got inserted into my title match in the first place.
Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Facts. And well, how
Facts.
do you feel about that? First of all, coming into a show that was supposed to be you and Patty one on one, and oh fucking, you know, whether it was Ennis or Destin didn't matter at that point. There was an introduction of a third party
Yep.
in a match that, you know, you they say the champion should be prepared for anything and anybody, and that's the champion. But you're coming in as a challenger, and you were laser
Mhm.
focused on this one encounter with this one individual. There wasn't a neutral ground or a neutral level there. So seeing the insertion of another individual, okay,
It was a shocking moment, but also like I don't think that me and Matthew Ennis have actually faced each other. So like I didn't know what Matthew Ennis could do, right? So like, if you notice, if we go back to Tournaments of Champions, I believe, like I was very, very, very focused on Patty majority of it, right? Because he's the champion. We got beef. I don't got beef with Ennis right now. Me and Ennis, we're cool, bro. Right? And then that's what happened. I slept on him. He brought a chain into it, thinking it's about to be a fair fight. He brought a chain into it. Hit Patty. Hit me. And me. Well, that sucks. But what next?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like out of the title picture. Right? From being a challenger to now just being, on the show. Right now, I don't see a way to get back to the championship. Now I'm in a tag match with Mo Malik versus Mikey Spandex and Chase Law,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, the month after. And then I forget who. Oh, and then I face Bowen after that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was me and Patty for number one contenders. So it was like building my way back up. Like I just got knocked down. Like I couldn't say anything. Not that I couldn't. Like I didn't say anything. Like I didn't call Matthew out. Like it was just like what just happened didn't happen. It's like we just handed Matthew the title and just said, okay, forget about everything that just happened earlier. And it was like, what the heck? Why am I not going to go beat up Matthew right now? Because I want to beat up Matthew right now. I'm like, this guy hit me with a chain. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's up with Matthew? What's up with you, bro? Like, to the point where I'm like, all right, like, you ain't getting my tights. I'm coming in sweatpants, bro. So to build, all of that back up, and then get an opportunity again. That was like great opportunity, and I wasn't, in that moment I was just like, okay, I got you now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one, the people here are on fire, but two, like I remember that chain. I remember it, right? So now, like in our introductions, like you see me pacing, and I'm just pacing back and forth. I'm like doing this with my shirt because I'm like, I am ready to go. Like soon as that bell rings, like I will run and drop kick you. uh, to build that back up in a show too, like one show, because like I beat Patty. Matthew came out before Tournaments of Champions, and then he tried to attack me.
Mm-hmm.
I gave him a black hole slam, and then Patty turned on me.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yep.
I can't catch a break.
No. It's like everybody's doing. Here's the thing. It's like now everybody's starting to think about themselves out there in the ring. And truthfully, you get to the match with you and Ennis. Again, I was in attendance. The place was rocking for you. Rocking for you. I mean, it was very loud. It was electric, to say the very least. And it was an incredible match that translated and that played out. I was very invested, and until I got to the finish, and just like,
Yeah, it's
fuck that
there.
guy.
Funny story. I remember earlier that day I was with my girlfriend, and she tried to make it to all my shows, and she was like, "Are you winning the championship today?" And I'm like,
You can't tell you that.
I literally just go like, I made this face, and she goes, "You are." I'm so excited for you, and I just was like, I better.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, because I don't tell anyone anything. Like
Nor should you.
you would
Nor should
never
you.
you would
Uh-uh.
never get a. I need your honest reaction from everybody,
Yeah.
right?
1000%. That's the way I am.
Like
I'll give you a story real quick.
I
When I went to LA, I went to Millennium Pro Show. We were walking through their backstage area, and he was like, "If you don't want spoilers, don't look at this." I was like, "I don't want to see shit. I want to see it. I want to be able to feel this thing and feel it coming." Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
no, like I am like that. Like even when, like for example, when the hill, like, and any hill gets on top of me, like, and start beating the brakes out of me. I don't know if anyone like really pay attention, but like I do certain things in a way that has everyone go, "Is he okay?" Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I need your honest reactions to every little thing. Like it could be how I'm literally just in the ring at that given moment. How am I going to get up to the top rope? How am I like? I don't know. That's just me. I'm like, how can I make you react honestly?
Well,
I don't need you to do it. Because I already told you what happened. Like, because it's not honest,
no,
right? So
I have this. This is my code when it comes to you guys, especially if it's at a show that I'm at physically. If I'm there, well, I don't ever want to know a goddamn thing because I want to be able to feel it. Like I said, that's a big thing for me. If there's something that looks egregious or looks like you've gotten hurt, like we have this thing that's called a wink, and that's at some point, and it's happened a couple times where at the HOC where I thought something didn't look right, and one of my boys. And he shot me. He just looked at me and gave me a wink, and I'm good. As long as you're, because I don't want anybody to get hurt, right? Like that's the big thing.
yeah,
Like if somebody gets hurt, cool, all right. Like not cool, but if it's part of the game and it's part of what we're trying to do and it's part of the story, cool. Like, but I get concerned quickly when it comes to injuries or
get
stuff like
stressed
that.
out watching.
Actually, when they were even carrying you out, I think at the HOC show, I was right there, and I was just like, I made a point to make, kind of look at you and make eye contact with you, and I could just read it that everything was all right. I was like, okay, cool, because
I am
that was
in
a
my
heavy-hitted
own
match.
zone. Yeah, I am like when I say in my own zone, like when it's showtime, like it's showtime. When it's training time, like it's training time. Like one of the parents yesterday was like, "Oh, hey, I was trying to say hi to you, or this was Monday, hi to you, because she did her first time with us on Monday." And I was like, "I'm so sorry," but I'm like, when it's time, it's time. Like I don't go back down like into George
Yeah,
until we're done.
right.
like like I'm walking out of the building. I'm saying good night.
Yeah,
But surprises as well. Like I for the past couple months, I honestly don't know what I'm doing until I get here. Right? Because I don't want to know until I get here. Because
yeah,
then that's it's a better reaction for me, right? Once I know whatever I'm doing, beforehand, I have time to put, you know, input in or whatever the case may be, and it may not go what we're trying to do. So it's times where I'm like, um, for example, Lions Pride last month. I I was like, everyone's like, "Oh, what are you doing for the show?" And I go, "Nothing." I was like, Matthew Ennis just beat me up. Like I don't think I'm doing anything. And then I remember Kakoa was just like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like, you're on the card, and I go, And I was just like, okay. And I found out the day of, and I was like, uh-oh.
Whoopsies.
Like, I like came in my Stitch PJs too, because I was like, oh, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just gonna be chilling, like. And he literally goes, he say that, and I go, I'm so glad I got a change of clothes in the car. Like,
always stay ready, baby. Stay ready. Yeah. This is you guys are doing such good stuff down there, and I'm really curious to see the road to December for the HOC. But on the road to December, November comes before that, and we're doing a pretty big thing, I think, as part of Genesis Chapter 1. It's our first live event. When I was putting this show together in my head, there's a handful of people that I wanted to be a part of this for sure, because at the time I was like, this is going to be a one-time thing. Probably won't happen again. A lot changes in my line of work here, as well as being a podcaster, because again, I always tell people you don't ever know who's watching or when they're watching or what their motives are for watching. And, since our last conversation, I've had a couple of different investors that have come forth and have put up some finances behind the channel and is allowing us to really, stretch our arms out to see what's possible and what's not, and what we can do and what we can't do. And the Genesis show is very special to me. And putting this together, I say all that because one of the people that was very, I wanted on the show was GMJ. And I reached out to you. We've made it happen. The match has already been announced. I think it's the first time ever. It's GMJ and Berrako. You're very familiar with Berrako. Yeah. And what you don't know, what you know now, is that, in 2026, we're going to be crowning a Florida heavyweight champion. And a part of what we're doing with our platform, we're obviously doing a lot of stuff across different states. Every state will have its own variation of its heavyweight champion. So, for California, as an example, California heavyweight champion, that was what that state will be. The winner of your match with Berrako will qualify for our tournament to crown our first and inaugural Florida heavyweight champion. So the stakes have risen for this first time encounter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it is.
Let's chat about it. From your perspective, I don't know, because I don't think I've even asked anyone else that I've had on the show what they thought when they opened up a DM that said, hey, man, what are you doing on this date and what's your rate? So what was your thoughts when you saw that message come across and we talked a little bit about the show and, putting together this match with you and Berrako?
Honestly, when you asked me, I was just like, oh, of course. Like, or like, why not? It'll be fun, right? No, sometimes when you take a book and you don't know what you're going to do, like sometimes, at least for me, like I don't know what I'm going to do. I have an idea. But then when you're like, yeah, I'm thinking you and Berrako, and I go, oh.
Yeah. I'd come out gate swinging, dude. What are you talking about? And for me, I can't speak for anyone else, right? Nor can't speak for you, and I can't speak for Berrako. But for me, like, that is a match that I want to see. Like, and I know that the HOC is obviously at some point your paths are going to intersect there, and it'll have a lot more meaning.
It's tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow. So in singles?
Yeah, tomorrow actually.
Oh, I didn't know that was tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, son of a bitch.
So it's me and Kikuta versus Matthew Ennis and Berrako.
Well, fuck Matthew Ennis, number one. And Berrako,
yeah,
this is singles.
100%.
Singles. So first time in singles will be at hopefully at
singles. It will be the first singles.
But
like this gives me an understanding of like, yo,
you'll be able to feel him out.
Yeah, if we haven't been in there, I've seen him. I've seen him wrestle, but I haven't been in there with him for an actual. Not honestly, not even like. Of course, we train together. I help him. We helped him out a lot. But like, I have never done a match with him at all. Like, never. Not a practice match. Not on a show. Like, I don't think I've ever actually worked him.
I have high expectations for it. Not to put any pressure on you guys. I think that with this whole thing so far, I think in my head, delusional optimism, call it that. I feel like everybody should get 18 minutes curtain to curtain, which gives you 14 or 15 minutes to do what you need to do in the ring. We're not going to be producing it. I'm not going to be telling you what to do, how to do it. I'm going to give you a finish, and that's it. Like, everything in the middle of that, from bell to bell, is up to you guys, because I have faith in all of you that are on the card. Everybody that is taking part on any show that we're doing, and there are 3 chapters that are public, and there's another 2 that aren't. I'm booking out in advance, so like I'll be able to hit up a lot of you and say, hey, this is date, this date, this date, this date, this date for 2024 or 2026. Excuse me, 2024. The fuck?
Well, you went back in time.
It's the hybrid, bro. It's the hybrid. It gets you googly eyed. I don't know what to tell you. But I'm saying, like, I'll be able to hit you guys up and say, there you go. For 2026, this is what I have. This is what I'm planning. This is what I want to do. And while there'll be a handful that'll be on every show, because I'll got to build stories and get some other things going. But the other piece of this is to showcase not just you guys, but everybody in Florida who flies under the radar. It's going to be a state thing. Like, there's other talent where I'm talking to about coming in and doing some other things and getting some other stuff done. It's just going to be like a gradual thing. And I was so fucking ecstatic when everybody that I reached out to on this first show came back with a yes. There was no hesitation. There's no nothing. And from my perspective and my side of the equation, it's like, none of you guys know us, right? Like, we've done shows, we've been to shows, we've hung out and had conversations and stuff like that. But this is a whole different level. This is a different than just podcasting, right? So we're really trying to do something and see if we can give back in a way that most people may not even think about, and do it in a creative way. And I think that this is going to be great. And you and Berrako on this first show, like, to me, screams, shut up and take my money.
I see. So now, why you all got a yes, in my opinion, right, from everybody, is because I think we all see that you guys are, trying to build something, trying to make something, right? It's not your average show that you'll go to and it could just be a one-off show. Like, we see, you guys care about, talent, first off. You care enough to have people like me, on your podcast right now. Like, people, I know we hate them, but Matthew Ennis, Big Boy Patty, right? And that's just naming people from the HOC, right? So I think it's because we see that you guys care for us.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys care for us, the least we can do is give you that yes of like, hey, we will work your show. We will help you build what you want to build.
Well, I was talking to I almost did a boo-boo. I almost dropped a name that I should have dropped, and it would have not been good. I was having a conversation yesterday evening after a Beyond the Bell. I was put in touch with someone, and I was having a conversation. And the conversation revolved around a select number of dates in 2026 from some. Yeah, we'll just maybe I'll be able to tell you a little bit more when we get off there. But it's somebody that if I could get for 4 shows in Orlando, in the Orlando area, and I could get for 4 shows and be able to do something and tell it would be just what I needed and just what I would really need to like really put a start to things to see if it can pick up and see if it can do things. And we're just not talking about Orlando either. Gainesville is where I'm at. I mean, it's college town. I'm actively looking right now for locations here to bring wrestling to, because I don't think that it's, I mean, there's a couple of things that go on here, and it's a risk, but ain't all this, you know what I mean? So it's just like, it's there are things that are happening, and chapter 1 is just the first chapter. Chapter 2 is also coming up in January, and I can tell you, like I've talked to you privately. I had and when I knew that I was going to get a date on this cat, I knew exactly who I wanted to put him in the ring with. Exactly. There was no hesitation. There was nothing. As soon as this man hit me back and said, I'm coming, I said, I want to put you in the ring with GMJ. And GMJ, I'm talking about Devious Cass. I think this kid is and I don't mean that disrespectfully. He's 18. He's been doing this since he was 12 years old. I have never seen someone so dedicated to professional wrestling like this guy is, and immediately said, I want GMJ's who needs to be in the ring with, because his passion mirrors your passion. And for me, and seeing him wrestle a lot and seeing you wrestle a lot, I just feel like there's magic to be made there. And knowing that, at least from my perspective, you know, I being picked to be on an ID Showcase show tells me that you're on a radar. This guy's just now making debuts everywhere. Literally Game Changer Wrestling last weekend is on radars. So it just feels like a match made in heaven, and I don't know if I'd ever get a chance to see it again. So if I only had that one opportunity to do it, that would be the deal. So breaking that news, you knew about it. Cass knows about it. But on the 31st, tickets aren't on sale yet for it. They will be. And when they are, how are you feeling about that? I don't mean to like set it up that way, but there it is on a silver fucking platter.
I am always ready. From you today, I hear a lot about him, right? And anyone I get in the ring with, you know, that's, you know, possibly just starting out, I just see myself. Like, I see where, you know, I was at when I was 18, and I go, I wish I had maybe someone there to, you know, match me.
Mm-hmm.
Or someone there that can push me, right? Because I didn't get around people that would push me until like 2 years in. I was like, oh, I'm ready to push this kid to his limit.
Well, I mean, he may push you right back, brother, because he ain't nothing to play with. He's doing some tremendous things, and truthfully, like there's I'm planning a lot. There's a lot that I'm wanting to do, and there's a lot that I think that we're going to be able to do. And I told you before we came on there, you're a big part of that. A lot of you guys down there are a big part of that, and where I think we can go, and as a side project, it's just something that we can have fun with, and we can just see what happens. And I do feel that we've got the right crew together, that we've got when it comes to talent for this entire show, And when it comes to what we're planning down the line, and if I get those 4 dates, brother, there's going to be there'd be an interesting name in the locker room on the 31st if I get him. And I am.
Oh yeah.
I'm there.
You're gonna get that name. You're gonna get it.
I'm right there. We're right there. I think we're there. But I just there's a couple more conversations in your head. But I think there's a lot to be had, and there's a lot, man. I think for your side of the equation, your 2025 has been, kind of a groundbreaking year for you. You've done a lot of really good stuff so far, from not only your work in front of the camera, but your work behind the scenes with the kids camp and where you're headed next. So from your perspective, 2025 is winding down. 2026 is right around the corner. Let's talk about what you have in store. What are some things that you want to expand on and accomplish as you kind of reflect back on what you have accomplished this year?
So 2026, I did way more shows this year than I have done in the past 6 years of me wrestling. I want to double that, and right. I want to connect. I want to, go different places. Like, one of the reasons I got into wrestling is because I wanted to travel, right? So I want to, travel more, and go, all over the U.S. if I can. Not if I can, when I can. So that's a big goal of mine. West Coast, Midwest, like I'm really trying to get everywhere. Another goal of mine is actually to, get our kids program like up there. Like, I want people to be waiting for our kids shows to drop on YouTube because they're invested, just like how they're invested in all of us. So I got goals on with them too. I have so many goals.
So
go on and on about.
I'll do you this. You know that our platform is all about independent wrestling, and it is also all about collaboration, and it is all about doing whatever we can do to put our spotlight and our audience and turn them on to what other people are doing at all times. It's not all professional wrestling. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. Big Boy Patty is an example. We do horror nights. We come in and watch horror movies and just fuck around and have a good time. We need to sit down and watch the kids shows. We need to set aside some time where we can get you together and come in. If you get those kids shows up and running on YouTube like that, we will watch them with you. We will put them out there in front of our audience. If you want to come in and give us some insight and have fun for an hour or so, they're an hour show, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, about an hour show.
Oh, we can totally make that happen.
Oh yeah.
How many shows are out now for the kids shows? Do you know?
I think it's 4, if I'm not mistaken, 4 or 5 shows up right now.
I will get with you and we will figure out some time to where we can just come in and just knock those out and catch up. At some point we'll do 1 or 2 and come back and do another couple and then catch them up. And then when they come out monthly or every other month or whatever the schedule is, we'll get together. We'll come in and we'll watch them. We'll watch all that with you, man. It's supporting you. Like, it's something you do. And it's a pretty big deal, because here's what's going to be so cool. Have you thought about this yet? When it comes to the kids camp, that eventually, they're going to be turning 16, 17, whatever the age is for them to come in and actually, step up and train. How far ahead they're going to be of the curve when it's time to, to get in there with, I'm not saying that Keikoa and company are not already getting in the ring with them and playing, and they're not playing, but training and having fun. But they're going to be so far ahead of the curve, and you are going to be the man that's responsible for it. You know?
Yeah, so I have actually two of my students here tonight. That's going out free week that are planning on joining us in March of next year. Like that's gonna be fun to see like their transitions. And like I like think about it like this. Some of these kids are 7, 8 years old.
Yeah.
Like most people don't even start until they're like 13, 14, at least at a young age, right? Like young kids don't start until then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, they have so much time, and some of them are like just like, naturals, and it's so annoying to look like. I'm like, all right, like this how you run the ropes, da 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 da, and they like run the ropes, and I'm like, you wrestled before? No, I'm like, you're annoying. I don't like
burpees for you. Ha ha ha.
like,
You know,
go do some cardio.
right? That don't tell me that. Nope. I will. It's time to go until I get back in better shape. Someone that I'm looking forward to seeing debut on, and I don't know when it's going to happen. And when it happens, will probably do a happy dance because I see his clips. And I even told him, like, I'd sent him a DM, and we don't have a whole lot of conversations. I did introduce myself to him when I was at the show at the HOC the last go around. Gage Riley, Holloway. I see his clips, I see what he's doing, and I heard him on commentary, obviously on one of the HOC shows. If not, I think he's on 2 HOC shows on commentary. And fantastic, doing such a great job, and I hope that he gets to get his papers, and when he does and gets on the HOC TV, that there's a big upside to him, because from his clip work, I'm a fan. I'm liking it. I'm liking what's happening there.
You cut out. What was that last part?
I said I'm liking it. I'm liking what's happening there.
Oh, yeah. So I actually just had a conversation with him last night as we were leaving. Just being big brother for him, giving him some advice. He is going to be. He's going to be a problem. He's very like high energy, charismatic, like not afraid to do anything. I'm expecting a lot from him once he, get on our show. And honestly, like he's not far away.
Oh,
like,
I love it.
He just started it. He just started in May, and he's already, getting his gear together, getting music together, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in January of 2026.
Oh, I love it.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in February. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him at Legacy. Like, truth be told,
I love it.
It's all his hard work, his progress that he's putting in. If he continue to do what he's doing, I promise you, I'm gonna say this now, I promise you, he could be on Legacy.
Well, I
could be at Legacy.
I think this, and I have no inside knowledge. Let me preface this statement because I know that coaches are going to hear this, and I'm just gut instinct, gut intuition. You're doing the show. It's in a different location. You have the opportunity to maybe do a student showcase battle royal. I'm just saying, where several of the students who are there, they're close, they're right there on the edge or on the verge of get an opportunity to get in there and get in front of a live crowd. It's the biggest show of the HOC. And it's history. Yeah. Just saying,
we did that last year.
Oh, okay. Well, then if it happens this year, I would love to see. You know how excited I'd be for him? Because again, I don't know everything. I just know what I see, and I see the clips. But the clips that I've seen, like I told him, I was like, it seems like everything that you post, you are progressively getting better and better and better, leaps and bounds with every new clip, action clip is what I'm referring to. Any kind of action.
He was just here. Sorry to cut you off. He was just here Saturday with I had classes Saturday, and he came in and he was training with Big Boy Patty and some of the other guys. Like he's putting in the work. Like I remember when I first met him, over a year ago, and we had a talk, and he was going through his own things, and I was like, bro, like wrestling could change everything for you. I'm like, if you center yourself with the right people, especially in this, just in life, but in this industry, and if you get in a family atmosphere, like we're gonna, at least at the Hawk, we're gonna always build you up, right? We're gonna tear you down, right? But in a good way. We're not gonna tear you down where you like yourself leaving. No, we're gonna critique you so you can get better, right? And it's not gonna feel good, right? But if you're doing what you don't supposed to do, like outside of here, you think we're gonna like just be like keep doing that? No, we're gonna tell you straight up. So I was like glad when I kept in contact with him. And then when May hit, we did our free week in May, and he came, and I was like, you need to sign up. You need to sign up. And he was like, okay. And he signed up, and then we gave him a scholarship. I don't know if you know that. He won our so every year in May, because that's our anniversary. If you sign up, that day or week, you get an opportunity at a scholarship. We look at how the whole month went and see, kind of like who deserves it, like who's who been in here working for, like you actually can't just like put your name in the hat and we pull randomly, like we're actually looking to see who wants this, and he was that person, right? And so now he has a full scholarship for a year, right? And what's that, May? That's 5 months that he's been training, right? So it would be, if let's say he debut at Legacy, that would probably be like 7 months of him just training. It's in his butt.
It's gonna be great to see. It's gonna be a moment. It's gonna be a great show.
That's gonna be a moment. Like for all of our people at all of next year that we're gonna be introducing, because we have a lot that's like getting to that point where like it's time for them to be on our shows, right? Like they all bust their butt, and I'm like, I can't wait to see what you guys do, what you guys come up with, how you move in the ring, because you're gonna move like this at practice, but you got a crowd in front of you. That's a whole different ball game.
Facts, man. But I'm telling you, it's the kind of the atmosphere that you guys produce down there. It's real. It's legitimate. I think that's why I think I resonate so well with so many of you there, is because it's real. People can see through fake. I say it all the time. I say it every day. I don't deal with it. I can't. I would rather someone just be straight up with me than not. I just tell people I'm a big boy. I can take it. But this is gonna be great. Your run so far is gonna be fantastic. I think what you've got coming up in 2026 is gonna be great. I know, at least from my side of the perspective, through the HOC, I think that belt's coming your way. If in 2026, I think we got to get a GMJ title run in 2026 with the HOC. And hopefully you're taking it off of Matthew. What was his last name? His last name was what? What was his last name?
Enos.
Oh, Enos. Matthew Enos was his name. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's his name.
Well, It's been fantastic to have you back in, man. Truly, it is, and
Of
my
course,
doors
anytime.
It's always open. It's like when we were talking at the HOC the last go around. You're like, hey, I need to come back on the show. Fucking just tell me when, bro. Like that's for some of you guys. It's it's a revolving door. I'll make time regardless of what's going on. Whatever you want to talk about, we'll come in. We'll chat. I really do want to get with you and let's sit down and start watching the kids camp shows because I think the kids would get into that too. I think that they would. And I think that I do think that some of my audience members would get into it. I think that'd be fun. It'd be a great little deal.
Absolutely.
What would you like to say to the peoples before we get ready to tie a bow on things?
Check us out tomorrow. Check me out tomorrow at Hours of Carnage at the HOC here in Longwood, Florida. Also, Legacy of Champions is our first PLE show outside of our home base. So go on my link in my bio and you should be able to find all our shows for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And if you don't know how to get to the link in his bio, it's been on the screen the entire show right there. It's the official GMJ over on Instagram. Also over on Linktree, official GMJ, same fucking title. And that will get you not only to the schedule at the HOC, if you want to get yourselves one of these little snazzy shirts right here,
yes, sir,
you can pick one up right there as well, right off of his link tree. Go straight to it and make it happen.
You want to hear a secret?
What's
hear a secret?
Yeah, what's the secret?
I'm dropping 2 more shirts soon.
Oh, in other words, are you going to have them in November? Are you going to have them in November or January? Which date? Or December?
I actually plan on having it in November. If I don't, it will be at Legacy of Champions for sure.
Legacy? Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to pick me up. You already know my size, and I'm probably gonna.
I know it.
I'm gonna need one of each. If it's a couple, I'm gonna need one of each. That's how I roll. But again, guys, we appreciate each and every one of you who came in and hung out with us this evening and enjoyed our conversation with the one and only GMJ. Definitely go out of your way and check him out. This guy's doing tremendous stuff, and I can't wait for you guys to see what he'll be doing with us here at our live events as well. Because I'm telling you, stay tuned. It's been my pleasure, my man, and I can't wait to circle back around and pick up again here real soon.
Sir, I appreciate you.
All right, my brother. This has been Beyond the Bell for our guest GMJ. I am Chris Page. We will see you next time.